Your beer will stay cold while you insult the very idea of infectious disease expertise.
Joining us now to discuss the economic impact of these decisions by Florida's governor, Miami Mayor Francis Suarez. Mayor, we appreciate you joining us. You listen to MSNBC. If somebody's going to come to Florida on vacation, they should probably book a hotel room and a hospital bed as well. Is that fair?
No, that's not fair. Obviously, the economy is doing extremely well here in Florida, in the city of Miami in particular. And sure, there is a tremendous uptick in cases. I mean, that's everyone knows that, and it's been reported. But not sure where they get some of their statistics from, because Florida is 25th in the nation in terms of death per 100,000 residents. And so, even though certainly there are more cases than there should be, and there's always an opportunity to get better in that regard. Florida is safe, and it's a place where people can come to, and so is Miami, where a large percentage of the city is vaccinated.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Miami last winter. It was a nice place to be, I'll tell you that. You talked about number of deaths per 100,000. We want to put that bar graph up. And Florida lags behind California, New York, New Jersey, a number of states that had far more deaths per 100,000 than Florida did. The question would be, why don't you think you guys are getting that credit? Why isn't Governor DeSantis getting that credit?
I don't think the media wants to particularly portray that fact. They want to focus on other facts that make the governor look bad, that make the state look bad.
So you think they're playing politics with telling people about making health decisions?
Yeah, those statistics are narrative violations. They don't follow the narrative that Florida is not doing well, or that the precise steps that are being taken are protecting a precisely vulnerable set of people, precisely vulnerable population. For example, in Miami, 65 and older are 99% vaccinated with the first dose vaccination. And I think it's 80% vaccinated fully. So that is obviously the population that is most vulnerable, the ones where you'll see the death rate go up, and why other states have much higher death rates, because they haven't protected the vulnerable as well as Florida has.
The one pushback on this, and we ran the statistics pretty carefully, is that there has been an enormous uptick in the number of COVID cases. Now, a lot of those we're hearing are asymptomatic. A lot of those are among vaccinated people who aren't getting as sick, for example. We have a chart to put up there. But we're hearing there's been some reports of oxygen shortages in Florida, that there's a potential of hospitals getting to capacity. Are you all seeing that yet in Miami?
No, the biggest public hospital that we have is the fourth largest in the state of, in the nation, which is Jackson Hospital. That has, I believe, 75% more capacity in the ICU. I've not heard that there's any oxygen shortages in Miami that I'm aware of. But certainly the cases are up. There's no doubt hospitalizations are up. And, I was talking to somebody earlier today, and it's like, preparing for a hurricane. When hurricanes come, they change in terms of their intensity, in terms of their direction. And you have to adapt for that. And certainly things are getting worse in a sense. And that is an opportunity for us to pivot and get better.
All right, Mayor, you've been at the very forefront of this. I remember talking to you when you were in quarantine with COVID at the very beginning of this. We're glad you're healthy, sir. We always appreciate the conversation.
Thanks, Leland.
All right.
I'm glad you're healthy as well.
Good chatting. All right. It is something that most of the country does not get the opportunity to do.